Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome today to the Easter Cup Esports Universe playoffs. We're starting things off with one of the hot matches of the tournament. We've got Zealous Esports going up against the former Team Descend roster. Today, I'm joined by a newcomer to casting, as it were. We've got Sammy joining me today, taking the place of Brody, whilst Brody flies out to the lovely States. How you doing, Sam?
I'm doing good, man. It's a pleasure to be alongside you, Buffers, to cast these amazing game of Call of Duty over the next couple of
Oh,
days.
it's started off well though, buddy. Have you seen this? They've left the bots on. So we're starting off good here for Zealous
Something had to
versus
go
Descent.
wrong already.
Always something goes wrong. But I don't know who's host, but that's probably going to be the fault of Team Descend because they're on the Allies side. So take your pick at who that probably was, guys, in chat. But we've got a cracking day of action ahead, right? We've got a few good games coming up today. Obviously, on the other side of the bracket, happening concurrently, not being cast at the moment, is the Cryptic versus Vortex game. Now, we'll take predictions on that one after we've spoken about this game for the time being. We'll have a look between these two titans, as it were. These Zealous coming into the league late, obviously replacing OBN. What are we thinking for this one off the bat?
I mean, when you think of Zealous, you think of the start of the game. They've had, what, top 3 finishes, top 4 finishes in playoffs? And you
Right.
thought of them back then as a top 3 team, but now they've seemed to fallen off a bit, haven't they?
Yeah, they ended up in their group, I think 1-2, so not having the best of starts, obviously having to take over OBN's record, and then falling to Cryptic. I think they got pretty handed in that series as well. It was a 3-0 from what I can see in the stat lines. And on the other side of things, though, Team Descend actually having a really good performance. They ended up not topping their group, only going 2-1, but they managed to just get close. It was a Game 5 against Bulldog, which nearly pulled them through into the top of their group. But instead, Bulldog clutching that one out in Search and Destroy. These guys have looked like titans in hardpoint throughout the course of this tournament so far. And that's the game that we're starting off on, London Docks. Let's see who is going to be your man to keep an eye on throughout the course of this. We're looking statistically or just overall in terms of impact.
I think you have to look at Billy Busted, but he's an aggressive sub-player for Team Descend, and you're going to be looking for him to put up big numbers in using the submachine gun.
Absolutely. He's the man running the PPSH, and obviously with the new meta as well, he's going to be flying about the map with Airborne and that gung-ho thing going on. Not that I've actually played with it, because I don't really play the game too much, but I'm sure we'll be seeing some of that hilarity cracking on here as we're hopping on board with Billy off the start. He's going to be making his way towards the dock side of the map. It's going to be an early kill for Luke, though, and he's going to start things off strong as Team Descend look to try and take control of the hard point. Here's going to be Zealous finding the kills at the moment, though. Only 1 to 4. Now Furious finds a second on Johnny W. Making a third, in fact. Furious going off at the start here now. And now Zealous inside the hard point. Demand with the assault rifle sitting inside the hill, racking up the first bit of early time. And if you look at the mini-map right there on your screen, it's going to be Descend spawning out quite a way into the fire area. The base god is going to be hopping on with his teammate Demand to try and shut this one out, but he's not going to find anything out there. Luke going to be the last man standing in the middle of the map, trying to rack up some time with his teammate Drayden. But Dread is not going to be able to find much as he's just going to sit inside the hard point, letting Luke get aggressive.
And it's Bates got Luke starting off 4-0, make it 5-0. Him and Furious just having a massive start to this game here. As Base God Luke against his fire control, play aggressive here and just continuously lay down shots in the Descend players. Him and Furious going to be working in his fire, looking to secure spawns. They've got 2 Descend players over, Billy Busted Butt going big. Base God Luke secures those spawns. They spawn just outside the docks.
Yeah, absolutely. Big kills out the back there, and obviously starting off strong for Luke here. We got Furious pushing into the hard point with him as well, but Descend make the early rotation and gain the early control. It's going to be a kill for Furious as he manages to top Geordie in the back. Luke's going to be 7-0 right now, though. Managed to earn himself some streak with the capture points of that hill as well. Racking up some more times. Zealous actually starting off this game super strong off the back of Luke's heroics. He's going ham at the moment. He's looking for more kills to try and get this fighter pilot. He needs 25 points. Just an assist will do it, and he's hoping that Furious's kill here might benefit that one, but it's not going to net that reward. He's going to have to come around to the side. He's going to have to turn on him. It's not to be. Cyan takes him down. So full streaks not quite earned as the rotation is beginning to come in. Descend have control, but Zealous are looking to rotate early as well. The rotation does seem to be in control of Descend. It's going to be Geordie over there. He's going to find Jaden out the back immediately. He's been stellar with the assault rifle so far out the course of this tournament, playing pickup for a few different teams before finally settling here on Descend. Previously playing for OBN, of course, before that roster fell through. We're going to be looking on board with him, though, but it's Johnny and Geordie who are sitting inside the hardpoint. We'll hop on board with Johnny because he had a good series last time out against Bulldog, especially in the hardpoints. They're doubled up on each other now, though. This surely is the Zealous break, and it is. Jaden and Luke come storming in with the PPSHs, and they're looking to maintain control.
Yeah, Base God Luke currently 8-2. applying pressure with that sub. Currently has streaks of name. There's a mortar strike and a glide bomb, so looking to be used in them streaks later on in the game in a more open hardpoint. However, you say Zealous started off with a massive couple of holds. However, Team Descent have managed to claw back to it on this tin hardpoint, but now they have control of the back spawns of beer, and now it's Zealous looking like they need to break in.
Yeah, absolutely. The Zealous spawn not in control. Billy and the whole team, in fact, flooding out the back there, and that's going to net them 2 kills. Inevitably going to net them quite a bit of time as well. Fury is picking up a 2-piece to try and answer back. He's actually started turning up this game now. 11-5 from him. He's overtaken his teammate Luke, who obviously would have been playing passively at the start for streaks, but Furious now on some streaks of his own, looking to try and stay alive and sustain the shots from Geordie, I believe that was out the back. But Team Descent are just letting this game slip away from them. The old Descent roster, obviously now Descent merging with Cryptic, so this roster no longer being fielded by them. But this has gone out of control. Furious on a 7 streak of his own now, matching Luke's from earlier. Managed to find himself the fighter pilot, which is an achievement and an accolade, which Luke couldn't quite find. He's got his teammate Jaden Dread in the middle of the map as well, looking to find some kills. So they push through fire, which is exactly what he's going to do. They are just preempting every single spawn, and Zealous is starting to go off. The 2 players basically carrying this game through, Furious and Luke. One sitting inside the hill right now, the other one racking up kills as Dread pushes on in to find himself a few more. Going to be looking towards the rotation now, though. 15 seconds remain on the barrel building, and Descend have given it up. They've conceded and allowed themselves to get in a 100-point deficit.
Luke's looking to play spoiler on this crane hardpoint. He's picked up 1. Can he pick up a second? Team Descent currently engagement. However, teammate Demand does help him out with that. Puts a few shots down. Waits for his teammate to back him up. Gets the kill there. But now Team Descent looking to hold down the back. Welsh Geordie. Fucked it.
Yeah, that's alright, don't worry about it. It's not going to happen too much, though, because that's going to be the spawn switch out from Descend there. They actually ended up spawning a bit far away. If you saw the minimap, Cyan ended up spawning out at the back of the barrel hardpoint, just as if the rotation was finished. Demand now in the hardpoint with the assault rifle, looking to gain some streaks. 6 kills for him in a row. What is it with these Zealous players going on kill streaks, man? It's all over the place.
We've seen it numerous times before. They've had high placements that can play and compete with the best, but we're seeing it here now, aren't we?
Exactly right. Zealous really starting to run away with this one. Over 100-point advantage. Johnny now trying to make the best work of it that he can. Geordie going to start trying to trade out as well with the STG, but the STG battle, the battle of the assault rifles, is very clearly being won by Mr. Demand right now. Toby popping off inside the hardpoint. God managed to get himself a glide bomb, not managed to net himself any further streaks off that streak that we mentioned just a moment ago, as Dread pushes in as well. I think one thing that we can quickly highlight is going to be the slaying. At the moment, it's massively deficited in towards Zealous's favor. I mean, if you look on Cyan, he's 5-15, currently triple negative, really not having a good game. The only player performing so far for Team Descent in any way which is going to benefit them is Billy. He's the only positive player on the roster. Johnny and Cyan not having great games right now. Cyan has not been particularly effective throughout hardpoint, if I seem to recall correctly. He is currently rocking a 1.22 KD in hardpoint, but in the last 2 series against Bulldog, it was really Johnny and Billy who took over in those last 2 hardpoints. Either which way, he's looking good to continue that work here. But Zealous are looking to stop him in his tracks. Dread and Luke fighting some kills on the hardpoint before Cyan finally answers back.
Yeah, and I said before the game, Billy busted, but we're looking at him to be the person to put up numbers with that submachine gun. Just currently getting shut down by people like Furious, Base God Luke, and Jaden Dread. They're just applying constant pressure to the side of Descend and just causing havoc in the side of the Thorn.
Yeah, exactly. The thorn in the side, as you say, exactly. And Billy really not being able to get rolling. None of the Team Descend roster able to get rolling here at all. The streaks are going to come in. That's the mortar strike, I believe, coming in from Furious. That one's going to be wasted. In fact, no, it wasn't. It was the mortar strike coming in from Luke. It's the artillery barrage that Furious has on instead. Johnny W, though, finally starting to arrive. 3 kills for him on this life so far. That was a nice 3-piece in the hill to try and rack up some time. Geordie is in support with him as well, so finally some chunks of time being added. But look at that. As soon as it comes in, the fighter pilot picks up 3 from Furious, and it's up to Johnny to try and hold this one down, and there goes the 4 dead. It's Luke and Furious with the streaks that bring that one home, as Cyan now going to be looking towards for finding some kills, coming around the back to try and flank out this main street hardpoint. He's got Dread to shoot down, which he does. Some nice shots, but this game is almost over. There's 50 points remaining for Zealous really roundabout to get into this one and end it out. Descend need 150, just even more than that, in fact. By the next rotation, they're definitely going to need that. If we look at the minimap, though, number 3, Johnny W is going to be on the rotation. He's managed to find 1 kill early, and this is going to benefit them to hold this down for the initial bit of time. He knows that Luke's there now because he did that stun hit marker, and Furious is pushing in also. These are the 2 scary players you don't want to face at the moment, though.
Yep, and there's now going to be a scramble for the hardpoint as it's being contested. However, Cyan picks up 2, Billy busted, picking up 1, and it's now going to be Descend in control of this hardpoint, and now Zealous needs get control of this barrel side and push through.
Absolutely. If you're looking at it now, we got to look quickly on board with Cyan. He's managed to actually acquire himself some streaks here. If we hop on board with him real quick, he's actually just currently slaying out. He's picked it back up. He was 6 and 18 at one point. He's now on a streak looking to get the fighter pilot. Geordie's going to be picking up some kills out back, and this is where we're seeing some time amalgamated here for Descend. They're finally putting some time together, stringing it all in. They've stacked 4 players inside the hard point for the time being, but they need to start considering the rotation, and Zealous are locking them right in. So Cyan's going to try and do a jailbreak with the glide bomb. He's going to go for Furious out the back on spawns, and that's going to be 1 kill, which is inevitably going to allow them safe passage to the back of the hard point, and 3 kills are found off the back of it. Jaden Dread now the last man standing, looking to find some kills to try and clutch up in the hard point, but the new rotation has gone in favour of Descend off the back of just 1 streak, creating an avenue of attack for them to come through outside the docks warehouse, and now they're in control. It's up to Zealous to look to break.
And it's Welsh Geordie in the hill looking to put in with that AR, however he has that sub in as a secondary, so he can switch that, picks up 2, Welsh Geordie making big kills in the hard point here, still staying up, gets another one with that AR. So handy having a submachine gun and assault rifle in your hands. And it's now going to be Team Descent spawning out low, so Zealous are looking to hold. This once looked like Team Descent were going to get 100 point club, however, they come back fighting. Yeah, they definitely put a good string in that last hard point. They're now coming into the barrel one, looking to try and play spoiler to Zealous's lead. Zealous in control for the time being, though. Remember, Cyan does have these streaks earned. It is curious to mention that Furious has 1 left to use. Luke has already burned all of his. It's the artillery barrage which is remaining. And they're just, Team Descent just going to give up this time here. They've got 1 person contesting it, which is going to be Geordie. Waiting to come through the back before Johnny cleans them up from the front, but they need this rotation. There's 2 players already stacked up in fire. That's going to be 1 kill for Geordie. That's going to spawn Demand out somewhere across the map. I believe that was Luke, in fact. But Cyan is in control. He's got the full streaks to use. He did manage to finally acquire that fighter pilot off of the 1 kill from the glide bomb. So it is going to be Zealous in control after they make that quick break, but this is where you've surely got to look to Cyan to pull this streak usage out, and that's exactly what it's going to do. In comes with the fighter pilot. They're all lined up in a row. He's just got to knock them down, and he's not going to be able to. So only 1 managed to get out the fighter pilot, and it was recently adjusted because it is just way too good. He's going to have to use the artillery barrage now as well. In fact, it's the mortar strike. He's not going to call it in immediately because there is an artillery barrage on the map from Zealous, and this could be the time to close the game out. It's a team kill from Furious, and Cyan's streak's going to get 1. It's not going to net anymore, though. Billy now pushing inside the hill, goes massive with the 2-piece. There's all the Zealous players spawning out the back, and now Team Descend have to mount the defense, shut the doors, and go for broke. This is a big fight to win, and Billy wins it. This is going to be the time. All falling in their favor. Johnny's got to go and help out as well, out the front in fire. There's 1 player waiting as they look to rotate back over. They've got plenty of time to work with, and Zealous know it. They've got just this deficit, just marginally creeping down, and Zealous only needs 6 seconds. And, I mean, you would assume Zealous would close it out right here. Can they close it out with just 2 seconds? Zealous closed the game out 250 to 188.
It's one hell of a game. I completely agree with that sentiment. I don't know if you caught that last bit there on stream. Mike did cut out. Either which way, Geordie inside the hardpoint with your remaining final kill cam. A bit of a big game on the comeback, but they got down so much so early, right? And that really did hinder them there, Sam.
I mean, got to think they would have made some sort of comeback or been able to come back into that game if they didn't leave themselves in such a big deficit at the start of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got the scoreboard the wrong way around. I didn't even realise on the stream I put Zealous on the wrong side, so I'll be adjusted for the next game. I apologise for that. I was too busy focused on the game, my dudes, so we'll quickly change that over for you. There was a bit of confusion. I did see it in the chat just as I switched back over there. My apologies, my guys. So either which way, that's going to be Descend taking the L on the first map. Zealous taking the W. An unexpected result, maybe, because we saw Descend going all the way to a Game 5 with Bulldog. Maybe a result that we weren't necessarily expecting to an extent. They took both the hard points in that series, which is crucial to notice. We need to be in Codcaster as well, so let's just get that on the board. As we're now going to move into map number 2, a game mode of search and destroy, where we've seen Descend falter in the past. Zealous themselves haven't looked particularly strong here either.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be a toss-up of who wins this, really. St. Mary-Dumont, very 55th map when you're talking about getting into that B-bomb site. It's just about who lands the nades correctly, the stuns correctly, who could get into that bomb site first and keep control of it.
Yeah, you highlight the B-bomb site there as one of the key points on the map. Myself and Brody, when we casted this map throughout the course of the Easter Cup previously, there's been a lot of good nade usage coming in fact. It was a 2-piece nade off the first round for Twister against their last match against Plasmite, which Rogue found, which really highlights and epitomizes the importance of grenades, especially on this map. There's going to be a restart, though. Luke's going to change teams. They're not quite ready just yet, which gives us a little more time to talk about some stuff here. We got some teams looking in, and we got some different different streaks and stuff. We gotta look at the stats quickly though. For Search and Destroy, they give a good indicator of what we can expect. Now we do have some stats for Furious. He has only, however, played one series. We also have some stats, obviously, for Team Descend. So we'll quickly look through this one. So for TD, at the moment, in Search and Destroy, everyone is locking a pretty average KD. No one really troubling the top 10 at all on that department. Cyan and Johnny W both struggling in Search with a 0.58 for Cyan and a 0.66 for Johnny. Geordie and Billy, the only sort of stability in that team at the moment for Search and Destroy, both rocking 1.0 KDs.
And you see Demand and Furious below positive, but Jaden Dredd and Base God Luke just above positive. So I mean, really is gonna be a toss-up.
Yeah, you'd hope to say so. Geordie and Billy really looking to try and be the rocks for this game. They have been so far for Team Descend in Search and Destroy, which has been a moment of weakness for them. I don't think Team Descend have managed to wrap up a clean 3-0 yet in the Easter Cup. They've always been spoiled on one particular game mode. But on, like you were mentioning, the Zealous side of things, a 1.25 for Dread, which actually, let me just have a quick look. Where does that put him in the grand scheme of things over all players throughout the competition? It puts him 12th out of all players who have played in the competition, including players who are just pickups for the game or whatever. It's put him 12th out of, I believe, how many players have we got in this thing so far? 39 players, he is 12th. So let's just look at Dread to be the changing factor here. Dread, for Jaden himself, going to be looking to use PPSH. Obviously now with the double nades coming off the start, this round is looking to be a lot more heavily contested, a bit of a hot point at the B-bomb site.
Yep, and with the new meta, you're going to see more players running armoured, so they're going to not be affected by stuns or nades. However, if there's a lot of nades and a lot of stuns coming at you, you're only going to be able to survive for a certain amount of time, as Jaden Dredd and Base God Luke to get control of this B-bomb site, as the Descend players have to buck up. And typically you see, when they can't get control of B on offense, they're going to go and wrap towards A.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. You called it perfectly. The COD mind, I suppose, working away for you there, because Cyan is now looking to make a wrap out. He's playing towards this arch side. There's one player who is pushing up on that A-bomb site. That's going to be Demand. We'll keep an eye on that one on the mini-map, but he's not making any further headlines. Remember, Zealous now playing with the advantage. They've got 4 men up to the 3 of Team Descend, and Team Descend obviously yet to plant the bomb. Luke now going to be looking towards this one side, the B-bomb site. No one's going to be challenging. The pressure is coming in over at A. Cyan going to back away with his teammate. They don't have a lot of time to play with here. 35 seconds and the clock's ticking down, and Zealous have control of pretty much all of the map. And I think that's Furious just gained some information across the middle of it.
And Team Descend have actually brought it back to a 3v3 as they look to go back towards this B-bomb site. Going to back up? No, he decides to take cover. Cyan notices that, and he's just going to play this carefully. He doesn't want to get shot because it is pretty much free kill face for Luke. However, they challenge him anyway, and basically Luke picks up 2 massive kills, and now it's a 3v1, all left up to Welsh Geordie.
Yeah, and he's going to fall. Going to be an absolutely barn burner of a round for Luke. He picks up 3, obviously finding that first blood, and then them both just single challenging him onto the bomb site. That's a nasty head glitch as well. So a bit of a blunderous play there from Team Descend. Well, I would have liked to seen them like coordinate that push together. You know what I mean? Like where they peek at the same time, they swing at the same angle. You can't overwhelm 2 at once unless Luke's going to be on a mad one. So falling in the first round, Zealous looking hot here in Search and Destroy, continuing their good run of form from the hard point.
We have to go on board with Luke, surely. Started off 3-0 on the defensive side of things. Now, as Zealous look to go towards this A-bomb site, as well as Team Descend, going to be stacking in that mid-building very heavily.
Yeah, it looks to be a setup we've seen from them quite a few times over the course of this thing as well. When they've played Samurai Demon, Team Descend often do favour that B-site defense. But now, look at the rotations coming in. There's 2 players wrapped around the back from Team Descend on towards this A-site. Now they recognise the pressure is there. Cyan's going to trade out a kill. Geordie was there to help it out as well. Jaden Dredd's going to find 1, but 2 rebuttal back by Johnny W. He finds 2 from the top of the building with the STG in hand. There's 1 more player to find. He spotted out Demand. The Rock, the one who's been struggling a little bit in Search and Destroy for this roster with a 0.5 KD currently. He's looking to try and make amends to this here. Obviously, having that game against Cryptic, which really did hinder that one. He had a bit of a dire performance in that one. Not quite as bad as Furious did, but either which way, that's going to be the round cleaned up. And Descend answer back with their first on the board. A pretty clean one as well. If it weren't for Johnny W, though, you hate to think where that one would have gone.
Yep. As we said before the game, it's just going to be a toss-up. It's been back and forth. Only 2 rounds in so far as well, so it's going to be exciting to see who takes the one round, the offense round, which is going to favour you in this game going forward.
Yeah, I completely agree. The offensive rounds are being traded out at the moment. Now, sorry, the defensive rounds are being traded out. Now, often this is a theme that we see in Search and Destroy, right? We'll have a quick conversation over the start of this round about it, because the defensive rounds often a lot easier to play. You have to wait for them to come to you. You can just pre-aim, hold different angles. You've got a lot different lines of sight and stuff that you can kind of catch people off with. So I'm going to be making use of one of those, though, because obviously now him and his boys have to go and plant the bomb. Up top, it's Geordie. Cyan now pushing towards the bomb site with the bomb in hand. He's got one player on the site. That's going to be Luke. And again, like he highlighted in the previous round, Sam, there's two players stacked up in the mid building. This time from Zealous, not from Descend this time. So not necessarily in an orthodox setup as they start to rotate towards A.
There you see it is the common wrap towards A bomb, and Johnny W has his AR, so there's going to be a good sight of line that he will have going down at this A bomb site. However, Jaden Dread backs up towards that barn area. He's going to be camping, waiting for these players to push up. As Welsh Jordy gets the first pick, and now Cyan gets naded by T Demand. That's a massive nade coming out from Demand.
Yeah, Johnny W falling there with the nade from Demand. That is a big one, like he mentioned. It's trading it back to the advantage, and he gets pinched out of the bomb site there. Cyan going to fall. Billy and now Geordie up to a 2 versus 3. Are they up to the task is the question you must ask, because Geordie's going to fall, and now it's all up to Billy. He finds some nice shots peppered in. 1 versus Demand. Demand with the bar in hand, though. You've got to be careful about this one, because this has got the range advantage over you, Billy, and he's going to peek out at just the right time. The timing is in his favour, and Descend clutch out the 1 versus 1. It's Billy, the masterful clutcher himself, carrying this team through on Search and Destroy at the moment on a 1.00 KD. He's been the kind of the rock, I suppose, with Geordie. Over 14 maps. These guys have played more maps than anyone else in the competition. Geordie has especially. He's played 16 maps throughout the course of the Easter Cup, and 14 for Billy and Cyan. So these two original remaining members of the Team Descend roster played way more maps than anybody else for the time being. Billy now going to be working on some streaks. After that clutch, gives Descend the advantage in the game as well. They're not going to go for a straight up B site defense. They're going to play that 2 and mid again. And if you look on the minimap, Zealous are in fact going to go for that straight offense. They're rushing straight into the site. They've in fact got positional advantage. Johnny W's been locked on out. This looks like a Bruno Mars song. He's locked out of heaven, and he's looking to try and find his way back in. Cyan's going to pawn a nade, burst straight over, but it's not going to manage to get out the bomb planter. Dread's going to get that one down, and now we're into a 4v4 retake for Team Descend.
Yeah, Billy claws Team Descend out of a big hole there. Last round clutches a 1v2, however, this round Zealous are looking to go big. However, they get B-bomb control. As Jaden Dread gets 2 on this B-bomb site area.
Not going to be enough, though. Cyan coming in, finding the 1 kill that he needs. Everyone from Zealous falling. They're just going to give that one over to Geordie. I think that might be a streak thing. Yeah, if you look at it, Cyan only 100, and then Geordie has the 140. Obviously must be getting an assist in that round now. 150. On top of that, 290. That is quick maths there. I'm basically Big Shaq. 3-1 for him, though. Descend going up in this one. 3-1. Zealous looking a bit shaky in Search and Destroy. We mentioned that Team Descend have not necessarily found their footing in Hardpoint. In Search and Destroy throughout the course of this Easter Cup. Everyone's sporting pretty dire stat lines in that regard, but now they're starting to look good. Johnny W and Geordie coming onto this roster now. Obviously, previously having Laser and let me just think, who did they have before? Oh yeah, it was Wazza as well. Wazza moving on to bigger and better things for himself though in the 18+ scene, obviously competing at Birmingham. But either which way, Wazza was one of the players in Search that really put this team through the mill. Obviously playing that super aggressive play style and really benefiting the rest of his roster. Furious up top though, going to find Geordie, but not going to find the kill. Billy and Jaden are having an exchange, which is going to get traded out immediately. Johnny's going to be also showing some face, and Luke's going to pick up 2 from the same position he did in the first round as well. This round surely going to go Zealous' way. All up to Geordie again in a 1 versus 3. These Descend players seem to be left in a 1 versus X situation every time that they win a round for Zealous, and that one's going to clean it up, making the scoreline a lot closer now, 3-2, putting themselves in touch. They can't let this game run away from them if you're Zealous. You're up 1-0, you really want to close this one out, because if you let Team Descend get back into a series, you know they're going to come straight back at you, and they know that they're not going to back down. They start feeling that momentum, they start feeling good, and they'll keep running you down till the very sweet end.
Yeah, and I mean, you would think it's common sense not to peek Luke when he's on a head glitch, and he has the advantage over you in that gunfight. However, he's picked up 4 kills in 2 rounds just playing the B bomb site.
Yeah, just playing on that bomb site head glitch, right? And it's really benefited him quite a lot. It's both been 2 pieces, and either time it shut the round down. But look at that. Furious is just going to go running headstrong into a stack. Cyan's going to pick him up, and he's doubled up with Billy as well in the bottom corner. So that's going to be a bit of a rough one. Billy's going to go pushing through, though. Dread is not aware of this at the moment. Demand is going to be waking his way towards the A bomb site, scouting it out for the bomb to come through the mid-street. Geordie's going to be there. He's not going to be aware of the presence currently. He's going to back down. Dread didn't spot him in time. Now, Billy looking to play spoiler, playing the aggressive little bit in the middle, but Cyan looking to come around the back as well. Geordie is going to get taken down, so that is that A defense crumbling now. Descend have to think about the rotation over. B site is going to be completely clear. They're going to have recognized that, and both players are now looking towards the mid street from the top of the building. There is one player shooting down some shots down range, and I think that's going to be Johnny with the STG onto demand. And now this is looking to be good for a 3 versus 3. Now Zealous obviously have to get the plant. This is where things become difficult, because look at the bomb's positioning. It has to dive across to the A bomb site, and Johnny's just looking straight for it. Luke is now managed to get across, but he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. 2 players from Descend here looking to challenge him, and Billy's going to get one of them. It's all up to the second player, which is going to be Demand to try and trade that one out. He's going to jump across as well. Demand now last man standing as his teammate Dread falls. This one's a bit of a rough spot here. 1 versus 3 yet again for a Zealous player, and that's going to be the end of that one.
Yeah, and that one offensive round from Billy Busted Butt seems to have gave him some sort of confidence, because he is taking over right now.
Yeah, what's his scoreline currently sitting at? 7-3. Yeah, like you're saying, taking over this game. You've got to be looking at the other side of things, though. Let's just quickly talk about this one. Furious, 1-5. What are you going to say about that one?
I mean, you saw it last game. Just shut down Billy in the slaying department with that submachine gun. However, just can't match them this game in S&D.
Yeah, this time around, not having the same sort of impact. You'd imagine he's going to be feeling that one, though. He's also got a bit of a dickheadish, what do you call that, paint job on his weapon. Supreme, he's obviously like a hype beast. Either which way, the hype beast coming around the corner. He's going to start beast moding onto the Descend players. They've got one to find. That's going to be the gung-ho kill onto Johnny W. He's gone around the back. He's doubled up on them, and he's actually caused the team kill from Geordie. So even though he doesn't find the kills, he's going to come round and find one with his teammate to help him out as well. Geordie, the traitorous man in the mix here. He's going to be playing spoiler. He's actually going to manage to redeem himself, though. Trades it back onto demand for the 2 versus 2. Now Bomb is making its way towards this A site, and we've seen so much A site play this game. Usually B site is the preferred bomb site from both teams, but this time A bomb site getting shown some love.
Yep, it is getting shown some love, because players are forced to go towards A bomb site if their opponents do have that B bomb site control. And now a 1v2 for Billy Busted Butt. We've seen him do it earlier. Can he pull something out for Descend once again? He's going to be getting good time in here, and he's going to look to flank around. Basically, Luke and Jaden Dread have no idea. I think Billy Busted Butt has spotted him. He gets Jaden Dread. I think he's seen the other one. Billy Busted Butt clutches another 1v2, and it's going to be Team Descend going up 5-2. A massive round from Billy there. Currently sitting at 9-3, and he is having a monster game in the St. Marie du Mont S&D.
Yeah, a massive round there. Perfectly carried by him and yourself as well with the nice solo on that one. That was beautiful. And Billy coming out with the goods yet again. The 1 versus 2 earlier, like you mentioned, and now the 1 versus 2 there. 9-3 for himself, putting his team in the backpack throughout the course of this game now. Dread looking to try and play spoiler. He's gone aggressive. He's got the SMG out. But let's just stay on board with Billy. He's close to streaks. He's on 575 currently, which basically means he needs 1 kill and an assist in order to get this one down. And look at the B site hit. It's going to be coming in hard and fast from Zealous. They've thrown the nades over. They've got the control. They've locked Johnny W out the bomb site. There's one player up top to find as well, but he's going to be backing down, and they're just going to concede the plant. Team Descend looking to play retake here, and it's going to be a bit of an awkward spot. Billy now looking to try and nade over into the site. Going to find a tag, but surely not a frag, as Furious takes him out.
Yep, it's now a 4v3 in favour of Zealous. All they need to do really is just back up, just their post-plant positions, and wait for Team Descend to push up and make the first mistake.
Yeah, absolutely, and that looks to be what they're doing here. They're just holding line on the bomb site. No one showing any face at the moment. I say that, though, and Cyan comes jumping across. Goku out here, coming Super Saiyan version 3, but it's going to be Zealous surely finding their set a 3rd round on the board as they close that one out with some nice trades out. They've predicted the flank. Luke here finding the one player at the mid-street, gets traded out by his teammate, and comes back round to clean up Cyan, gets the call from his teammate as well. So, crucially there, though, Sam. But he doesn't end up getting those streaks. He doesn't end up getting them because he gets first blooded in a round, so ends up getting taken out. And those streaks are not going to be in play for Descend to close this one down. 9-4 now from Billy. The rest of his team not having a particularly great game. Geordie just doing what he has to do, really. That's what you got to say here. On the other side, though, Luke is being the man to try and pull Zealous kicking and screaming through this one. And he's 7-5, but again, we're going to be keeping an eye on Billy. He's been the man. He's been the difference maker throughout the course of this game. And finally, it looks like we're going to see a B site hit from the guys on Descend. They went aggressive, but now they're giving control of the site to Zealous. Luke is again sitting on that bomb site head glitch, and you'd imagine that the guys on Descend are aware of it by this point. They've been killed by it twice now in 2 different 2-pieces. Going to back up and change his angle. Johnny's going to get taken down by Dread. So this is looking good for Zealous now as they find a second. Luke again on that head glitch. Going to find a second kill. Going to be all up to Geordie now in a 1 versus 4. Flank from the top ground he's building. It's surely not going to happen though. Furious is trying to wallbang him through with the bar. This one's as good as over.
Yep, Furious started off 1-5, not doing amazing. However, he has pulled it back to 4-7. So this is very important if Zealous want to make this comeback. Currently 5-3 down. They're in a 1v3 though, as Welsh Geordie does pick up one and has this bomb. So, I mean, that's an advantage. He has the bomb if he needs to plant it, but he needs to find 3 Zealous players if he wants to clutch this round and force Team Descent to win the game. Welsh Geordie picks up one, picks up Team Demand on that rotation back. Spots Jaden Dread at the top red building, however, fires some shots in him, not able to finish him. And it's now Jaden Dread of Furious just looking to stack up in this building as it is Furious closes out the round.
I thought he had some good time in there. You saw him with the machine pistol just waiting behind Furious here just for a few seconds. I thought he had it. I thought he had the timing in his back pocket, but Furious just getting the kill, just turning around just at the right moment, catches out Geordie, and we're going to round number 10. We could be going all the distance here because Zealous seems to be making a bit of a comeback. The resurgence is here. They were 5-2 down, now back up to 5-4. Descend looking to try and close this one out this round because otherwise things are going to get seriously sticky. Dread, though, picking up 2 kills in that previous round. Oh, sorry, just the 1, in fact. It was Furious who found 2 previously. He was 3-7 before that round, now 5-7. Obviously on that bit of a streak, but Jaden Dread is going to be the man with the bomb. Going to nade over in towards the site, and again, these Zealous players just go for these straight sight hits now. They've adapted in the mid-game because they know that these Team Descend guys play further back on the sites. Johnny W doesn't want to contest towards B, and Geordie certainly doesn't want to show face towards A because he's backed up all the way. Luke is now going to go aggressive with the without the bomb. That was going to be Jaden Dreven, in fact, who actually ends up dropping it. So now it's up to Furious and Luke to try and clutch this one out. Furious now stuck in an awkward spot, and he's got no one to trade him out because it's going to be from the top street. It's going to be Luke falling. Billy now going to be the man to try and push this one to bed, and it is going to be Descend taking map number 2, answering back to Zealous' hard point domination of them. Now it's going to be a 1-1 series tied up for 1 apiece. We're looking to go to a game number 4 at the minimum here, ladies and gentlemen. Game 5 could be on the cards as well because CTF is up next. This is a game which we've seen Team Descend look impeccable in over the course of the tournament so far. And so far we've also seen Zealous looking a bit shaky in it. The top player on their roster for CTF is actually going to be Furious with a 1.05. And even that's not particularly impressive. The top player on Team Descend is Billy with a 1.46. So miles ahead, head and shoulders above the rest. As Team Descend take map number 2. We're going to hop to a quick break as we change over hosts and stuff. We'll be back in just a moment. Thank you guys for watching. Playoffs we're in now. It's Team Descend versus Zealous Esports. It's 1-1 currently, and we're getting right into things on London Docks CTF. This game's going to be a stormer. We've just seen Team Descend answer back in the Search and Destroy with a 6-4 victory compared to the Zealous first map on this very map as well. So tied up 1-1 currently. We're going to be on board with Demand though because he's got the assault rifle and he's actually finding kills in the middle of the map. That's a 3 dead for Zealous. Make that 4 because Furious has found the last onto Geordie, and this is going to be an opportunity now for a flag pull. Number 4 on the map is Luke. Is going to manage to pull this one out straight away, and the spawn is not benefiting Zealous at all, Descend at all, as Zealous have managed to get this one straight home. Johnny W is going to tie things up with that 1 kill, but it's not going to matter because the flag pap is going to go on through. Luke's going to put that one down, and now he's the last man standing for his squad, in fact, because Descend have answered through 3 kills of their own, so this one's looking to be an answer back, as it were, coming in almost immediately.
Yep, Descend are looking to push up on the map after conceding an early flag, which they just let go by everyone losing their gunfights. Jaden Dread plays box head, he shuts down Johnny W with AR, and it's quite interesting to see, I believe it's 2 ARs being used for Zealous off the break.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. In fact, who is it? It's not going to be Fusions, or it's not going to be Fury. It's not going to be Luke either. It's going to be Dread. Put it away now. So now they've just gone back to that 1 assault rifle setup. It is Demand now with the bar. He's been preferring this thing over the STG. So interesting that people are preferring this one. The STG is often more commonplace at the moment, especially in the assault rifle meta. Johnny W though going to get busted down as he's actually in fact using the assault rifle, the bar as well, and he's going to find a second kill in fact to stop the flag from getting pulled out. So that's a big clutch up by Johnny W. The bar in his back pocket along with the PPSH. So he's got dual weaponry to work with, and just like you highlighted in the hard point, it's so handy to have the second weapon there with you. And now they're going to be pushing on through, looking to get an answer back to the Zealous early cap. The respawns seem to be going Zealous' way so far. They've had all their normal service being resumed at the start of this game. Descend looking to play spoiler now as they've got a big attack coming on here. They've got 4 players all lined up in a row to try and take this flag down, but the nades are coming in, and Demand's bullets are doing the same. They're having an equal effect because only 1 player remains from Team Descend, and that's going to be a wipe. Dread and Furious cleaning out the rest of the base there as they start to rapidly advance upon the Team Descend flag.
Yeah, and Jaden Dread just scurries towards this fire area with the other submachine guns from Zealous. They're going to be playing it very aggressive inside fire, and it's going to be Team Descend need to scramble back to the base once again. They all go down. It's going to be another cap for Zealous as Team Descend have been put down 2-0. Again, they're just letting flags go through their fingers. Base God Luke picks up 2, pushes through fire, and it looks like it's going to be a third, George.
Yeah, straight off the bat, 3 caps for Zealous. It's all coming off the back of Luke's heroics, that 1 cap there, though. They were waiting for the relay. Luke finds a gnarly 2-piece, taking down Billy, and now he's got streaks of his own. He's going to have a mortar strike shortly if he can continue this spree. It's only 4 kills, but the flag pull and the capture has netted them the flag cap and the streaks initially. So this is going to be a big one. There we go. The mortar strike earned. Now just 1 more kill yet to find for the fighter pilot. The assist will do, and out goes the flag. Demand now looking to get streaks of his own as well, because he's got 10 and 4. 10 kills to 4 deaths for him. The flag's been picked up by Luke, though. The relay comes in. They recognise where the Team Descend players are spawning, and they've got to get the hell out of dodge. Luke is going to manage to dodge the bullets in the end of that one. There's one more player to find, which is going to be Geordie at the back, and that's going to be a 4-0 lead. And I know they're on good side, but this is a slapping here in CTF.
Yeah, we've seen the potential of this Zealous team before, and they are showing it right now. Currently up 4-0 against Team Descend on the London Docks CTF. We've seen them take a London Docks earlier in the series. They're looking to show their London Docks presence is unmatched by Team Descend.
Yeah, Team Descend really looking to try and apply the pressure here, but they're just being pinned back in the base. This amount of sheer speed and scurrying, like you mentioned, that was the word that you used to describe Dread going across the map, and I think it's accurate because it's just so rapid and furious, like we're saying from Furious here. He's going to run across the map and find 2 Furious kills. He's on a 4 streak now, looking to try and extend himself and extend the lead with the flag captures as well. It's 4-0 for the 4th streak, and everyone now from the Zealous guys looking to go aggressive. It's going to be Geordie falling to Furious at the same time. Cyan falls to Demand. That's going to be a streak coming out the back from Luke as well, and this is another flag capture. Surely there's one more player left to contend with. In fact, it's going to be Billy. He's going to get traded out by his teammate Luke, and this is going to be one home straight here from Furious. Jaden Dread is holding the left-hand side of the gate just to make sure that the flag is going to get there, which it is. Going to get home safe. Geordie's now the last man in a position to try and do anything about this flag. It's not going to happen, though. He's got 30 seconds left to work with, and they're 5-0 down. This game's almost bagged up and put in the coffin already. Luke, in fact, going to go and get a 6th flag pull of the game so far. And what I'd like to note here is that every single flag pull that Zealous have had has resulted in a cap. And it's like a 100% success ratio here. Zealous are giving a clinic to Descend on CTF here. And it's not showing any signs of slowing down at all because Luke's got streaks. Dread doesn't have any, but Furious does as well. So 2 sets of streaks and a 6-0 lead moving into the half.
Yeah, and it just seems like we're seeing a replay of the same thing over and over again. Jaden Dread, base got Luke, and it's Furious just putting tons of pressure into that fire area. As soon as they get 3-4 kills, they are literally sprinting towards fire and making sure they keep Descend on the back foot.
Yeah, the whole game long, it's just been straight pressure, as you just mentioned, from Zealous. The 3 SMGs, Luke, Dread, and Furious, just going off. They're popping into the base, and I think this is a... what's going on here? They've changed teams. A Geordie and Cyan just had enough of this. I think the 6-0 down. I think they're just all right, we'll concede this map out now at the half. We're not going to waste any more time. We're going to move into the hard point, I believe. So I won't change the graphic just yet, but before we get any further confirmation, I believe that Zealous taking the win there with a 6-0 game. That is that's brutally painful. Descend. That's a bit of a shafting, if we're honest. We can't take too much away from that one. It was just Zealous running riot across Descend throughout the whole course of the half.
Yeah, and that's got to be such a vibe killer if your Team Descend. You've just took the S&D off them in convincing fashion. You go into that CTF, and the sub players just can't compete with the likes of Jaden Dread, Base God Luke, and it's Furious. It's been the sub battles that are winning Zealous these London Docks.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, like we mentioned, I'm sure you'll know this as well from being a player yourself, is that SMGs on London Docks are so heavy in priority, right? There's so many hills which just rely on it, especially that tin hard point. It's just so much pressure, and yeah, I was right. That's going to be a straight concession of the 3rd map by Team Descend. They're just going to throw their hands up in the air and go, right, that's it. Okay, I submit. I surrender. Zealous just trounced them in map number 3. 6-0 in the CTF. That is one hell of a beating as we move into Samaree, them on hardpoint. Now, just as we were mentioning the SMG pressure, Samaree is a map which kind of can work well for an assault rifle setup, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking towards the P4, which is in that field area, you have a lot of space there, so you're going to be looking to maybe even pull out a 2nd AR. If you're on Team Descend or Zealous, you're going to be looking for your 2nd AR player to pull one out on that 4th hill to see if they can lock down long-range gunfights.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be the one thing you're looking for. And I think the second assault rifle responsibility on Descend falls to Johnny, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, he's going to be the primary assault rifle for start of this game. Geordie's going to have the SMG, so they're switching up the roles. It's a bit flexible on this Team Descend roster for the time being, but obviously Demand is going to be the man with the assault rifle for Zealous. And let's see what he can do off the start. He had a baller as hell CTF, along with his teammates as well. Everyone really performing in that game, just completely overwhelming the Team Descend defense. Let's see if they can do the same thing here on the restaurant hardpoint. It's a central hardpoint, lots of contests, lots of grenades, and lots of different angles to compete with. So who are you saying is going to be taking the initial time off this first hardpoint, Sam?
I think if T-Demon can make this pinch to top red and get one or two players, catch him off guard, I think Zealous could get control of this hardpoint. However, it's going to be Team Descend in control of the hardpoint at the moment, as I believe it is Demand. It does get taken down. Johnny W is going to be using that AI, does pick up one base called Luke at that barn cut area. He's going to be locking down mid-map with this AI, does pick up another one. Oh my goodness, no he didn't. T-Demon giving him the business there as this Furious picks up another one, and it's going to be Zealous in control of the hardpoint, and it's now T-Demon taking control of the mid-map and says no to Johnny. Johnny's going to challenge him again, however, base got Luke and T-Demon just going off at the moment. It's Furious sitting at 4-1 as well. Jaden Dredd not having the best one, but what more does he need to do than soak up hill time for his team?
Which is exactly what he's done so far. 15 seconds and counting for him inside the hardpoint. Team Descend just going to concede that rotation, just going to go rotating on over. But as we see, Demand here on your screen is going to be the man in the back winery lot hardpoint. He's already got the spawn sorted out unless Team Descend have pushed them further back. But he's going to be challenging them on the engagement. Only 20 bullets in that bar as well. Johnny's going to go and scoop him up. It's going to be traded out though. Furious comes in with a big 2-piece of his own. He gets 5, so that's his 7th kill of the game. That is 8th there, a 3-piece for him. Breaking on into this winery lot hardpoint. There's more players trying to pressure from Team Descend, but they're spawning out and they're all funneling. Look at where Cyan just spawned across the map, along with his teammate as well. That's Johnny W. They're all spawning out miles and miles and miles away. Zealous are doing a fantastic job of manipulating the spawns here. They're controlled in every part of the map which they need to. And really, like you were mentioning earlier, it's Demand taking over that mid-street area earlier on in the hardpoint, and now in the winery lot, taking control of the back as well, manipulating the spawns to his advantage. Now Team Descend looking to answer back. They found 2 kills. This is where they look to make the break. There's the 3rd as well. But look at that. On the other side of the map, they've actually managed to flip the spawns. The pinch on the hardpoint came in, but this time is not really that precious. Only 10 seconds remaining of it, and Zealous are going to be in control of the rotation as well. So not looking good here for Team Descend on hardpoint. It seems to be a repeat of what we saw in map number 1.
Yeah, and what you're seeing on your screen is T-Demon, he's had 5 seconds in the hill, but he doesn't need to touch it when he's constantly getting the right lanes, picking the right lanes up. He's getting so much control for his sub-players just to run into and cause havoc on the side of Team Descent. And that's what they're doing. They're taking a lot of advantage of it. However, I think T-Demon did lag there, actually. And it's going to be... I think it's going to be all the Team Descent players spawning out front. They're going to be trying to push from this area. And I mean, it usually is hard to push from this area. However, Billy Busted Butt gets a kill, and so does Johnny W. They're all linking up now to try and get this big kill from Billy there. It's going to secure them sometime on the hard point. However, Zealous still getting the spawns at the moment. T-Demand shuts down Billy.
And then out the back there, it's Cyan trying to maintain some pressure. Descend have actually been reasonably good at holding this hardpoint, specifically this back parking lot hardpoint, against all comers in hardpoint so far in the Easter Cup. I remember they did it against Bulldog if they played this map against them. I have a recollection of them doing it to them at some point here. The hardpoint was a clinic though. I think they played London Docks and Ardens, in fact. So I've definitely seen them do this on this hardpoint. I can't remember who the opposition was though, but the rotation is going to come into this lookout post hardpoint. And this was the hardpoint that you highlighted potentially taking 2 assault rifles as a strategy for, just because you got those long lines of sight and a lot of different things to look out for. The nades are going to come in and be super effective here, though, because Johnny's found 2 kills. One with the gun, one with the assault rifle, one with the nades himself. And oh my god, Cyan! Turning and burning, managing to find himself on a 6th streak currently, meaning he was 3-6 and now 9-6. He's managed to lock out full streaks for himself. He's starting to feel himself here. He's popping off. This is the man we need to see, because this is what's going to start getting Team Descend back into this game. Down currently 13 points and counting back up. 10 now there within. And no, not going to find the kill onto Demand. It's going to be traded back into the hill by Furious. Furious trying to lock down the remainder of this time. Going to spin around with the assault rifle. Not find the kill. Johnny W, the last man standing in a position of power to try and do anything about this one. He's going to come in. Going to find 1 kill. Johnny's going to go big here in order to make this one stick. This is where the game starts to swing. The new rotation comes in. This scrap time can be crucial to reducing your deficit. And Cyan is continuing his fine work with his streaks, finding 2 on the new rotation. This is looking good for Descent to start mounting the comeback.
Yeah, and with the newest update, the streaks are going to be needing more points to gain them. However, that's not stopping Cyan at the moment as he picks up another one in the hard point. Going to get help from Geordie. Geordie picks up 2, and Billy Busted Butt and Team Descend get a 4 straight wipeout, and Zealous need to push from this arch area. It's going to be very, very difficult. push from. However, you say the sub engagement. Jaden Dredd currently sitting at 4 and 13.
Yeah, big win there for the guys on Team Descend. If they can keep Dredd suppressed throughout the course of this game, it's going to really benefit them, and it's netting them a lot of time right now. They've come back right into this one from being 60 points down. They're now in the lead and taking over the control of this game so far. Cyan has really been the difference maker. 14 and 7 from him. Went on a 6 streak and died. Now on a 5 streak, and he's answering back. He's overlapping his streaks currently. In fact, he's got another glide bomb and another mortar strike, which he didn't in fact use the first time around. He's going to be looking towards getting into the fighter pilot here. This man has been popping off so far, and surely he's going to catch one Zealous player out on timing. No, it's going to go Luke's favour, and surely now the rotation is going to be in favour of Zealous. They've got to lock this one down for a bit of time, create a buffer between this and this Team Descend side, which are just currently riding a wave of momentum. Answering back off that CTF, they seem to have hit the regain real quick, and now they lost full previously, but they're back on top now. Descend looking back, look like their former selves in hardpoint here. Just getting trounced earlier, coming back, warming into the game, but in comes the streaks from Cyan. Now this is where you expect to see a break if you're Descend.
Yep, and you see Cyan is 15 and 8 currently. He is going absolutely huge this game for Descend, as he looks to take home another one. Going to get help from his teammate. Billy Busted, going to be pinching that shed area. Secures a lovely 20 seconds that I'm sure Descend will devour.
Yeah, they're going to love that time. They're going to eat it all up because it's going to give them that 40-point lead back that they just previously had. And now we go over to the hardpoint, which they held super duper well the last time, the parking lot. And it's, again, a very sub-heavy hardpoint. And the subs on Descend are currently firing on all cylinders. 15 and 8, 16 and 16, and 12 and 13. Johnny W also doing a fantastic job with the assault rifle, but he's pulled out a PPSH, probably picked that one up off the floor, not going to win the gunfight in the back. Demand now has control. And this is where we look to see Zealous picking up a bit of time here. Now, as much as we say that Jaden isn't doing particularly well, he's 5 and 16. He's not having a great time overall in the game at the moment, but 1 minute 10, 1 minute 11 inside the hill, having a cracking time so far. He's going to be looking to try and pick up more hill time areas. He's got to win that engagement, but the reactions are slow, as this is going to be looking to find some more kills across the map here. Johnny W got to fall, and wow, just as we say it, just as they need to come back into this one, they hold strong, hold fast, and Zealous keeping themselves in this game for just a little bit longer.
Yeah, Descend now have the favourable spawns that they're going to be using them to their advantage as they pick up all 4 players, and now Zealous are going to be rotating through Archway to this new hardpoint, and it's Furious is looking to get aggressive, be a thorn in the side of Team Descend as he pushes up to this close corner. I think he's been spotted by Geordie, however, does shut down Geordie, and it's now him and Luke are going to be holding these corners, being very, very sneaky on the side of Zealous. However, Team Descend noticed that and they push through the middle of the map and just pick up everyone. And Cyan now on a 5 streak again. Cyan has been absolutely amazing this game, and he is shut down Jaden Dredd completely.
Yeah, Dredd really still suffering. 5 and 20. This is quad negative now for this man. Really not having the best performances in hardpoint. Not reflective of this man's ability, we'd assume, as well. Finding some nice shots there, though. Finally getting back on the horse before getting traded out. Johnny W going to be inside the hardpoint, just up top the middle street, in fact, as he's going to fall. Geordie is the man inside the hardpoint. I do correct myself, as Luke now looks to push in from the mid street. The pinch comes in here from Zealous, and Luke's going to find 2. How many times in this series have we seen Luke picking up a 2-piece to get some crucial round on the board and search and destroy, or to get a big bit of time in hardpoint? Right now, though, not going to be the case, because it looks to be Descend taking over. Billy now starting to heat up. 22 and 20 from him. 24 and 17 from Johnny W as well. The AR presence from this man is absolutely spellbinding at the moment. He's completely outshooting Demand there. The STG winning out over the bar. And in fact, it's going to net a few more kills for Descend. And it's going to net them the remainder of that time. They are now 21 seconds away from putting this one to bed. Zealous need 90 points, and they're not going to be able to find too much of it here. In fact, they have got control of the restaurant hardpoint, so I do eat my words for a second there. The teammate's going to come in, though. Fury's going to find the kill. Luke's going to start getting aggressive and pushing out to hold this angle.
Yeah, what you've seen be a big factor, I believe, is at the start of the game you saw Demand. He was starting off with big kills in the middle of the map, shutting Johnny W down, but now Johnny W is just going big, and he's clawed them back into the game with the AR presence that he's brought to his team by shutting down Demand and just answering straight back. And now Descend going to have control of the hill. They're looking to close it out on this one, however, they've got to get past 4 Zealous players. Billy Busted Bart looks to be holding this angle, just going to peek. Jaden Dredd is absolutely in the hill. Can he finish off that kill? Doesn't, however. TK comes in and he gets shot. Oh my god, the Team Descend are not going to win it on that hill.
Yeah, surely not now. In fact, they've got a little bit of an opportunity. It's just a straight contest battle. It's Furious, the last one to find, but he goes massive with the 2-piece. He's going to keep this game going for a little bit longer. The rotation is there, though, and surely Descend are going to put this one to bed here. 2 seconds remaining, and they're going to do it. We're going to a Game 5 in our first series of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Furious did his best to try and keep them off that one, but they completely forgot about the rotation, didn't recognise how much time they had left. And let's just look at this final kill. This is Cyan going big in the parking lot hardpoint. Just a two-piece, but this is really where it all started to begin for him. Remember, 2 6 streaks in the game. In fact, ended up coming out even further. 6 and 5 and 6 again. So many different streaks for this man. Really the difference maker in terms of the control they had. But like you mentioned, I think we've got to give some props to Johnny W. 30 kills for him, managing to outgun Demand for the second half of that game and give themselves the advantage. And also, picking up quite a bit of hill time as well. 1 minute 7 inside the hill for him, letting his submachine guns roam, I suppose. And on the other side of things, Furious doing as much as he can at 30 and 22. But on the other side of the scoreboard, 8 and 26 from Jaden Dread. Not a game you want to remember. He's going to want to forget that one in a hurry and forget it ever happened, really, because it's going to be benefiting a Team Descend as they managed to push this one to a Game 5, trading maps back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This one is as good as over right now in Hardpoint. We're going down to a Game 5, and we're going to go to a quick break as we set up for this Game 5 here. This one is going to be a cracking search if we have anything to go by from the second search, from the first search and destroy in the series. We'll be back in just a few moments. Stay with us. Easter Cup playoff bracket. We're in round number 1, the winners bracket, round number 1. Remember, there is a losers bracket, so it's not over for either of these two teams, but currently we're in a game number 5 between the X-Team Descend roster and Zealous Esports. I'm joined by Sammy, as per usual for this game so far, and, well, we're looking at a barn burner of a game here, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, I think in this one you were looking for Base God Luke to have a really good game here, because he's been playing well all series long, which is funny enough how they haven't won every single map. Obviously, it's a team effort, so it's not going to be one player that you can rely on just to do all the dirty work. However, Base God Luke going to be trying to just hold this B-bomb site on his own in this lights area. He knows that his teammates just got shot by Johnny W, who is just to the right corner of him. Doesn't see Johnny W peeking just of yet, and he probably knows that there's now 2 people outside that lights area, because he's probably got the 2 teammates that have called that out to him, and he's just going to back up here and play his life. However, he does get shot down by Johnny W. He's going to make it a 3v3 now. Sorry, a 3v2.
Things are looking good here, though, for Descend. Oh, never mind. As I say that, Jaden Dread trades one back. Johnny W now making it a 2 versus 1, so things back in their favour. But he's looking to plant the bomb here. It's all up to Dread. He's had a good start to the round. Oh my god, this flank could be godly if Johnny W doesn't check it in time, which he is going to do, but there's going to be too many people to shoot at. Doesn't finish the kill on either of the people. Dread ends up choking that one out, but not necessarily a choke, just more of a overwhelmed situation. Billy, though, getting off the bomb, managing to find the kill after Johnny puts some shots down range. 2 bullets is all that's required. Billy here, being the hero of the round, clutching out the last one. Could have been big there for Dread. He had a big opportunity with a flank. It was looking good for him. He had a 2-on-1 to win, but both of them kind of lined up. He just had the shots all getting worried into one player, and then not managed to fire the ones onto Billy. So, too much in the end to sustain. Johnny W with 2 in the round, Cyan with 1, and Billy with 1 of his own. But Billy, obviously getting the bomb plant, does make things a little more interesting. 250 points towards his streaks, only 260 towards Johnny's. And in fact, Johnny's gone out with a sniper rifle. Let's see what he can do with this one. He's got the smoke up, so that's going to be obscuring his vision for the time being, but he's going to have some pressure coming in from the Zealous players. Looking at him towards fire there. There's one player outside, which is going to be Furious. He's going to spot Demand out. Demand probably using the bar. It's what we've seen him doing most series long. It's exactly what he's doing. Dread now finding the kill on the bomb site. Just going to go straight for the plant now. This is where we see Furious surely net a kill here. Geordie's going to rotate through the middle of the map. There's one player in fire, but he's going to catch some timing. Geordie's just going to run by him. Like 2 ships in a night, they pass, but the flank comes in from Furious.
Yeah, Furious is on this flank. He's playing very sneaky. The Team Descends are oblivious to the fact that this Furious is behind him. He can make a massive play here. Picks up one. Does he pick up Billy as well? He gets him 1 shot. See if he can finish off his kill. As Billy, just diving back and forth, strafing, and he does pick up the kill. A massive, massive flank come out from Furious. You see, he just opened up the lane for his players to just sit back and say, "Hey, I'm just going to make this play," and he gets a 2-piece, and he does make the play.
Yeah, makes the play perfectly well as well, like you say. 2 kills for him on the flank. One of them was looking a little bit sketchy there. Didn't manage to finish the kill on Billy too quickly. Either way, that's going to tie things up at 1-1. Descend looking good now in Search and Destroy. Bouncing back still. They've still got a round to work with. Obviously, it's not like Zealous have run away with the lead here. They're still looking good. Zealous, however, also answering back. So this is looking to be pretty reminiscent of the first Search and Destroy we saw. It went to 1-1, then it went to like 2-1, and we were at 2-2, and then all of a sudden it was 5-2 to Descend, and then Zealous were having to make a comeback, which didn't end up happening in the end. But we're looking at this game here. It's going to be a bit of a slow push towards the B bomb site, but it looks things from Sign. He's going to wrap back. In fact, just going to go under the subway with the bomb. It's going to be an early kill, though, from Johnny onto Jade and Dread. That's going to give them a man advantage at the start of the round. Descend looking to try and close this one out here. This is a big round. They have to kind of get momentum flowing with them. B-bomb site is now overwhelmed by Zealous players, so Team Descend are wrapping back towards A. This one is looking to be the more likely of the two options as Geordie finds a second kill on towards this A site. That's going to open this lane up completely, as you mentioned, and now Luke going to be trying to make the flank. This is going to be trying to do exactly what his teammate Furious did in the previous round, but it's going to be spotted out early, and surely going to fall here.
Yeah, and basically Luke using the airborne, which is going to help him on those flanks. He can get there quickly, and he may go unsuspected by Team Descend players while using that airborne, as opposed to something like armoured, which is going to take more time for you to go around on the flank. And you see in the ending kill cam, Billy Busted Butt's just going to clean up a kill. Another round for Team Descend as it got up 2-1, and Johnny W and Billy Busted Butt have really been playing stellar.
Yeah, big factors in why they're winning out this game so far. 2-1 and 3-1 respectively from themselves. Johnny opening that round up, though, allowing his teammates to have that room to work with. Zealous, obviously, we mentioned in the CTF especially. It was kind of like a pinnacle there, the pinnacle of examples for it. But it's just so much pressure these guys play with. The sub-pressure is like so high. But Johnny's found a gap in the smoke, and he's managing to find a few shots through onto Dread. However, that is going to have allowed two players into this A bomb site. They're going to be playing aggressive on it. They're going to dip in and out for the time being. It's going to be Luke and Dread. They're both going to be looking over to find nothing, because Johnny W is yet again finding the first blood. Luke's going to run across the window, so making a little bit of a weird play there, but he's not going to fall, so it all works out in the end. It's going to be traded back by Dread, finds Johnny, so that's a big scalp to take. He's been a big factor in the start of this search and destroy so far. Sign is just going to lay some shots down range, though, and there is one player, which is Billy, in fact, going to be hitting that flank yet again. Going to go through the subway straight all the way underground. He's not going to find anything for the time being, and he is running that armoured class. So, like you mentioned at the end of the last round, not going to be able to be as mobile as he might like to be.
Yeah, and it's now Billy Busted Butt working on the flank, as previous Zealous players have worked flank. Base God Luke did the exact same flank. He may catch one of God, however, Demand just snaps onto Billy Busted Butt and gets a massive kill in this round to open it up for Zealous. However, Cyan answers back with one kill of his own. It's now a 2v2 as T Demand and Base God Luke, they're not sitting at the best standards KD-wise. However, if they can clutch this, it could be a massive round for Zealous as well. Shorty picks up one, it's now a 1v2.
Oh my god!
Picks up two. They both line up for him, and that is an absolute collapse on the side of Team Descend as they both line up for Base God Luke. He picks up a two-piece and says, "Thank you very much. I was in a donut, but now I've got 2 kills."
That is beautiful from Luke, and I did notice with interest that Cyan had been pre-firing so many shots onto Dread with the bomb that he had 7 bullets left. So that could have just been a case there of Cyan running out of ammunition completely. Obviously, that bar not having the same sort of ammo reserves as something like the STG. In the end, that comes back to bite him as Luke manages to clutch that round with the most obscure 2-piece I've ever seen, getting like a collab between 2 players or something like that. It was so weird. They just line up for him, though. And it's just going to be a 2-2 back now. Zealous getting a stroke of luck to keep them in that game. That looked to be Descends all wrapped up, and they're angry about it. Johnny's going to go ahead and find his 3rd first blood of the game. This man is all over the place with the assault rifle, trying to get shots in everyone he can find. He might find a second kill there to even up the round some more. Luke is going to trade it out. Geordie is going to fall. So this leaves the situation a little bit more manageable for Zealous. In fact, he's going to make it even better for Jade and Dread, because Johnny W is going to fall to a headshot. Billy now going to trade things back immediately. So looking okay for Team Descend. They're managing the situation well. The man advantage is still not particularly a huge factor at the moment, obviously, with it being even. 45 seconds remain on the clock. Billy now going to start pushing through as Cyan's going to plant the bomb. He's not going to be spotted by either Zealous player because they're just looking towards the middle of the map. That's going to be a beautiful shot, though. The nade's going to be perfectly timed with the pre-fire from Dread. As the bomb goes down now, Billy left a clutch in a 1 versus 2.
Yeah, and Jaden Dread has really picked it up since last game. What was he? Went 8 and 20 something, and he's now 6 and 3 currently. He's going to be bots him on the Cafe head glitch, and Billy's just going to try and take cover. Billy, he's going to get Jaden Dread. However, there's one pushing to his right. He needs to be careful here. He does play this carefully. Is he going to get the kill? He does. Oh! Lag there. I'm pretty sure Demand lag there. However, Billy clutches the 1v2.
Yet again, Billy clutching another 1v2 as well. Even if Demand did lag out, that jump there just takes flight, takes the rollerblades off and just starts jumping up in the air. Billy, though, 1 versus 2. Yet again, he did it in the Samurai Demont. And like we highlighted in that map, it was really what kept Descend in it in the early game. And then they started to run away with it, though. This is maybe where Descend start to do that. Zealous started collapsing last time when they found themselves at a deficit after a clutch. And now Luke and co looking to try and bring this one back. Demand not having as good a game as he did in the first map here. Red, like you mentioned, in fact, turning his game 4 around into a pretty proactive game 5 here. He's going straight aggressive onto the B bomb site. Already found some information on Billy, his teammate. Furious going to start running through the middle of the map, and in fact he might have a flank here, which he does. He's caught Billy out on timing, and Furious has in fact found 2. He found the avenue, he found the gap, and he slithered his way through. Johnny W now going to come in to try and stop the bomb plant, but I don't think it's going to happen in time. Dread's going to get that one down, and he is going to get away.
Yeah, and as we said at the start of the series, these teams are going to go back and forth in S&D because their KD-wise, they're very, very similar. So they're going to be trading rounds back and forth. Expect this all game long, as they did do it in the first game. And Johnny W, I believe, is going to hop on. He's going to hop off it as his teammate goes down and gets picked up one. Can he pick up another one? However, gets shut down. And it's now Team Descend and Zealous tied up at 3 each. One of them needs to break this game open.
Yeah, exactly. Like we said last time, though, like I just mentioned in the round previously, that Team Descend ran away with it at this point last time. Zealous now regaining the composure after getting 1v2'd by Billy. Obviously, Demand might be tilted by that one because of the lag. Either which way, it's not going to affect them too much because they're going to answer back with a reasonably clean round. Now 3-3. We're going into round number 7. Things are looking tight up in here, but it's going to be Team Descend on offense, and they're looking to try and make something happen here. Sion with the bomb. He's not had a particularly blind or a search and destroy like he did in the hard point, but he's looking to try and make something happen here. He's looking to just peek out just to see if there's anyone going to be looking for any information. Johnny W is going to be the one playing aggressive with the STG, though. He's looking to see if Dread's going to cross the window again. Not to be for the time being. In fact, he's going to tear him limb from limb. That's the 4th or 5th blood that Johnny W has found now. Let's see if he can try and capitalise off this advantage. He's going to throw a nade in towards Furious. It's not going to stun him up. Instead, Science is going to tag him up because the tags from Johnny W is going to net the frag for Science. So it's a 4 versus 2. Finally, an advantage which is clean for Team Descend. It hasn't been traded out just yet. No one's going to find a kill before Luke comes around on an opportune flank before falling to the hands of Billy now. Demand, last man alive, and he's going to fall 4-3 to Descend.
Yeah, and based with Luke, I said earlier, he could be a big factor. He has been a big factor in the previous games that we have watched. That London Docks first hard point, he went off. He got in tons of engagements and he won most of them. And he helped Zealous to win that map. And he was currently in a donut at this, I believe it was 3 rounds ago. He's bringing it right back. He's now 6-5. Not the best, however, anything is good in the game 5.
Yeah, every kill is necessary. Every moment, every mistake is going to be crucial to your success because there's no room for error in a game 5. There's absolutely no room for error. And this is the wall of smoke's going up across the middle of the map. The flash grenade, the stun is going to come in. Not going to find anything onto Luke, though. That armoured class going to be saving his ass. There's Sion now with the assault rifle going to be looking towards the window. Not going to find anything immediately. The 2 grenades are going to go out. I don't think they're going to hit anything, though, because it's going to be Sion getting tagged up. Johnny W's there also, so a double face on the window. Going to catch Zealous off guard. Red now looking to push in. Johnny W's looking to get aggressive down the side of the dock as well. I don't think he's been spotted just yet. In fact, he might have been. That's why he's backing away. Furious manages to go on a bit of an aggressive flank, though. Number 5 on the map, Demand, is just holding around the back. No flanks coming in this round. We saw it early on in the game, but I think either team has adapted to expect it now. Johnny W going to find Dread. That's the bomb down. Geordie's going to find Furious as well, so this is not looking good for Zealous here. This is where Descend start to pull away. 3 versus 2 advantage now. The Zealous need to make something happen.
Yeah, it's now a 2v3 in advantage of Team Descend. It looks like Base Squad, Luke and Demand are just going to be rapping towards this B-bomb site area. All the players of Descend over at A at the moment, so they're going to be slow to the rotation, which means Zealous could have an opportunity to plant the bomb here, and I do think Luke is going to go ahead and plant that bomb, which is going to be crucial if they want to win this round. Need to get that bomb site down, play positions, just catch Descend of guard. However, so Welsh Geordie picks up Base Squad Luke, and it's now all left up to T-Demand. And he's just holding this yellow barrel Heglet. See if anything is going to flank. I thought he was going to flank that for a second. However, he's going to have to peek the bomb at some point because it's a 1v3 and there's every chance that one of the players can hop a bomb soon. However, he's going to be firing shots into one of them. He does pick up Johnny W. However, now it's a 1v2. Welsh Geordie trades it out and there's another round win for Team Descend. Got up 5-3.
Yeah, this is it now. Match point for Team Descend to advance on in this winners bracket. They will face, I believe, Plasnite next in the bracket. If I'm not mistaken, Cryptic are going to be playing Bulldog, and I think that's going to be the game that we're going to be watching next on stream. Either which way, Cryptic did manage to take their first game 3-0 over Vortex Esports. If you guys missed that one, it wasn't broadcasted, but we've just got an update for it. So Team Descend now 5-3 on the similar match point that they found themselves on. Cryptic, but that was in the CTF. looking to try and make themselves in a similar position. Zealous have fought valiantly throughout the course of this series so far, but they need someone to start stepping up and going big, and it looks to be Luke taking up that mantle as he finds the first blood in Lights. Going to be pushing back out of it, just trying to play his life for the time being. He knows he doesn't have any teammates in support, but he has got one teammate flanking. That's going to be Furious yet again, with Airborne going to be going straight around the back. Cyan might be expecting this, though. He is playing a position which is a slight off angle. Cyan to challenge, but it's going to be Furious just getting out with his life just for the time being. He's going to try and readjust, relocate, because Geordie and Johnny are going to be caught out in the middle of the map here on towards this B-bomb site. And Nade's going to go in, but I don't know if it's going to find anything. Geordie still staying alive for the time being with the bomb in hand. He's going to find the man, surely going to find that kill. No, the shots are a bit shaky, and Furious pounces at the right moment. Here we go. This is where Zealous look to bounce back. 1 versus 4 now for Cyan. He's got to make some magic happen if they want to win this game right here, right now, instead of going to a round number 10, which could be potentially a risky territory, because it gives that offense back over to Zealous, and they've been reasonably successful on it. In fact, I think Cyan's just going to go and jump off the map here, not wanting to give any more to Streaks, and that's going to be the end of the round. 5-4 to Team Descend still.
Yep, very smart play from Cyan there. Notices he doesn't need to give any streaks away, because if this potentially goes to round 11, that's going to favour Zealous quite a bit. So you just want to get off the map, make sure nobody gets any streaks. A good play from Cyan there. Just noticing a couple of these players from Zealous could be close to streaks. Let's just not give any advantage to them getting streaks.
Yeah, you don't want to give any sort of... this sort of level in the game right now, it's so late in the series as well. Any advantage, even as marginal as it could possibly be, is crucial. So it's good to not give those up when you recognise that the round was pretty much lost either which way. Now, 4 versus 4 at the start of the round, no one's fallen yet. By this time last round, Luke had managed to find a pick onto Johnny at Lights, and he's going to go aggressive in the same place again, but from the opposite angle. He's going to find Billy surely behind there. He doesn't know he's there at the moment, but I think he's got a rough idea, just a pre-guessing and an estimate. Going to throw a nade over to try and feel things out. Not going to tag anything up with that, though. It just goes a bit too long of Billy and a bit too short of Geordie. Going to find the stun, though. This is going to be some crucial information here. Now, look at those nades all raining in from the guys on Zealous. They're going to start collapsing on Billy's location because that one stun check is giving it up for him. He's going to fall. Furious now finding the first blood of the round. Cyan behind the red bus. They've got to just try and get this plant off here. There's one player, though, number 3 in the middle of the map. And Cyan's actually going to prevent the 1 kill coming in. Johnny W is going to prevent the 2nd coming off the back of the plant. The plant does happen in the end, so it is against the clock now for Team Descend. Zealous looking to try and make this one happen. The wallbang comes in. Oh my word! Managed to find demand with that as well. That's some game time right there. And Luke now left to clutch up in a 1 versus 3, and it's not to be. Team Descend take the series and move on in the winners bracket of the Esports Universe Easter Cup. They're looking to make an impact here as they play Team Plasnite next in the bracket. In a clutch game 5, they take both search and destroys after getting trounced in a hard point in a CTF. They clutch up with 1 respawn, and their search holds strong. Team Descend win this one out 3-2.
Yeah, I mean, it's really what we expected. Rounds going back and forth. I feel like on that S&D, the game 5, we saw a lot of especially in the first few rounds. You saw Luke, people like Billy, they were going on flanks on the defensive rounds, see if they can catch players off guard, and that really opened up some rounds for Team Descend and Zealous. So I believe Luke did play a really big factor in Zealous coming back into the game. However, not going to be enough as Team Descend close out.
Yeah, Team Descend looking good. Johnny W with the first bloods as well, making himself and making his impact known at the start of that game. We're going to go to a break, guys, when we get the next series set up, so thank you for tuning in. It's been a pleasure to cast this one with you. Sam's doing a cracking job for his first cast as well. I hope you guys will agree. And we'll be back just shortly with the next series, which is going to be Cryptic versus Plasnite. Stay tuned.